Hello everyone. I am driving from Brampton to Windsor Detroit border. The reason why I'm driving from Brampton to there is I am moving out of Canada for good. Yes. I have lived in this street which you can see in the video for almost 4 years now, and I have lived in this city of Brampton for around 5 years. But down the road priorities have changed and I have planned to move to USA, and this is the day when I am leaving this wonderful city. Taking 410 south every day was a ritual for me. Like, this is the highway which is closest to my home, and every time I go on the highway I always face traffic. You can see the cars are just standing bumper to bumper. The reason is we have only two lanes at Sandalwood and 410. But eventually, as we drive down towards Williams, the lanes increase to 3 and then 4, and then the traffic eases. I will miss this city. I did my duty free shopping from Ambassador Duty Free store. This is a store from where I bought the alcohol which I took into United States while after crossing the border. Initially, I was under an impression like there's only a certain limit of alcohol or tobacco that I can take, but after talking to the sales representative at the duty free store, she told me I can take as much as I can. Only thing is I have to pay a certain duty on the quantities that I take, and this is the duty that I paid. Now you can see I am approaching Ambassador Bridge. This is the border which I crossed while going to USA. You will see a flag of Canada right there. This is the Ambassador Bridge at Windsor Detroit border. I'm going to take this route because my next destination is in Ohio, and this is the closest which I can take. And now we are entering USA. Now I'm going from immigration. Once I reached the border for my immigration, I had turned off the camera so I don't have any visuals of that. And these are the questions that were asked when I was there. Like, what's the reason you're crossing the border? I said I got my E2 visa approved as a Canadian citizen and I'm moving to USA. And then I was asked, are you crossing border for the first time? I said yes, after getting my E2 visa. I have crossed borders earlier, but I was not having the E2 visa at that time. And then the officer asked me for my I-94, which I did not have. So he told me like I had to get a new I-94, and he gave me a slip which I took to the next designated area to get my I-94. Once I crossed that section, then I was asked to drive down to a lane where officers were standing, and he asked me to park in a designated space where two more officers were waiting for me. They guided me where exactly to park my car. I put it a little bit outside my lane and they said put it properly in the lane, otherwise if someone bumps into your car then you are responsible for it. Once I parked my car safely in the spot where they asked me to do, they told me to take my passport, the slip for I-94, and then they asked me to leave my phone unlocked, asked me to take any cash that I have, and then they asked me like, is all the stuff in the car my own or it's someone else's? Then I said it's my own stuff that I'm bringing to USA. Once I went inside the office, there was another officer who guided me to have a seat and told me like they will call me when it's my turn to get my I-94. And in the meantime, I was just sitting there waiting for my turn to come. When it was my turn, the officer called me by my name. He took my passport and then he asked me questions related to my E2 visa, like what's the business, with whom I am doing the business, where I am going to stay, and what is my first city once I am going to cross the USA border. Then I told him like I'm doing business with this person, this is the business that I'm doing. Then I told him which city I'm going first, and then I had some alcohol. So he had a question like, why do you have the alcohol? Then I said I'm taking it for my friend because it was something my friend wanted from Canada and it's only available in Canada. And then he asked me like, why did you choose this certain state and certain city to do business? And then I gave him the information why I did it. And then he said, your I-94 will be ready in some time and you have to pay $6 US. You can pay by cash or you can pay by card. whatever suits you. Once I got my I-94 stand, I went back to my car, I rolled up all the mirrors, put the car in dry and just drove to the nearest checkpoint that was there for the customs duty. I had paid $8 USD in cash because when I had bought the duty free stuff, I had given my license plate number through which they could figure out how much duty I had to pay, and then I exited out of the area. Stay tuned for more updates related to my travel.